Part 2 of how to get your rental license in the state of Maryland. So now that you have your tracking number from the Maryland Department of the Environment, you're now going to get a lead inspection, and they have a full list of all the licensed lead inspectors on their website. You're going to call one of them and have them meet you at the property that you're trying to get licensed, and they are going to do an inspection, which requires taking samples from each room, and they literally take like a little swab and wipe the wall, wipe the window, and they do that for the whole house, including the basement. That I use charges $16 per sample. So on one property, I ended up paying $244, and on another one, I paid I think $330 because that one had a much larger basement. So on one property that I did, the inspector told me that because the windows had been replaced with new vinyl windows, that there will probably not be any signs of lead in that property, which is obviously great. And then on another one, all the windows had been replaced, but one was still that old wooden window that we had to replace before he would send in the samples. So the next phase after the lead inspection is done and the inspector takes the samples, he then sends them to the laboratory to be tested for lead. And as long as the property comes back with no lead found, then they will issue you a certificate that you then send to the Maryland Department of the Environment, as well as their processing fee. If there's any sign of lead, then the inspector will come back and take another sample to see if that was a fluke, or if not, then you probably have to replace a window like I did. I have never worked with a property that actually still had lead paint, so I can't speak on that.